So this young kid pees in his pants and he hides it because he's ashamed. And Eric Bakube jumps to the conclusion that his girlfriend's young brother is possessed by evil spirits. And because of this possession, because of what he thinks of him, he thinks that they need to perform this exorcism to remove the spirits from this young boy. And so total torture, punishment, and chaos ensues.
Yeah, it was, we'll talk about that. It was very, very deep. It wasn't just trying to exorcise demons. He went through a series of torturous events over the course of days.
Brutal. As a matter of fact, and you'll find out by the end of the few days that he was going through, he was begging them to kill him.
Yes, he at one point he said, "Just kill me."
Yeah.
I think the coroner had recorded over 130 injuries.
130 separate injuries on this young boy.
Yeah.
130 separate injuries. So let's talk a little bit now from all the sources that I can find, Magali, although she wasn't the instigator, she did nothing to stop it. And she believed and was on board with what Eric Bakube said.
Yeah.
Eric Bakube believed that the only way to get the spirits to leave was for them to confess it. Because here's the thing, the younger siblings that were there with him, they also accused them of being possessed, but they all just got scared and admitted to it. Where Kristy was like,
"No,
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not." He said he never, participated in Kendoki or witchcraft. He had never done any of that stuff. And let me preface all of this by saying that Eric Bakube and Magali were doing this under the very strict Christian beliefs that they had. Now, I thought, man, no Christian that I've ever known or heard or come into contact with or read about would think that what they were doing was ordered by God, right? Or any kind of Christian basis, because the entire concept of Christianity is that God is love and that he sent Jesus and that Jesus is love. And so you wouldn't do that. And if you even reading in the New Testament, if you're a person that believes in the Bible, when you see Jesus casting demons out of people, he never harmed them or hurt them or were mean to them. He was healing them,
right,
and always restoring them back. So he definitely wasn't doing what they were doing. But apparently a lot of the Christian sects, SECTS sex.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
you're welcome.
A
lot of those the Congolese and the African people that come over into those areas they kind of teach that stuff. It's kind of a bang up, kind of a mashup between whatever their previous beliefs are and Christianity. And so they believed that Kristy needed to admit that he was doing witchcraft or Kendoki, to admit that he was doing that, and then for him to be punished and cleansed of that. And so, like I said, they also accused the younger ones that were there with them of doing it, but they confessed quickly out of fear, and so they didn't do what they did to Kristy. And so, back to what you said, they began to torture him. They knocked all his teeth out with a hammer and a chisel.